Like to welcome you all to another one of our business opportunity meetings we do every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got quite a group here, quite a few people I don't even recognize here with us today. So I'm hoping those of you that brought guests will start shouting out, who you brought. Just unmute, shout out the names of the people you brought here to our opportunity meeting, and give them a warm welcome to the meeting.
I'll go first. Thomas Hinman, welcome, and also Ferdinand, welcome.
All right, welcome, Thomas. And it was Fernan was the name.
Ferdinand, yes.
Ferdinand. Okay, very good. All right. You get a shout out there from our leader, Ken. We appreciate you being here, Ken. Okay, who else wanted to do a shout out today? Anybody else got people here that they'd like to say hello to?
Yeah, I'd like to
Yes.
welcome. I'd like to welcome Sandy Van Buren.
All right.
She's part of Cheryl's team. She's doing great guns, as is Cheryl. So part of a great team.
All right. Shout out to you. It's Sandy, right?
Sandy, yeah.
All right. Shout out to Sandy from Paul out of the UK. I'm glad you're here. All right. Who else?
Morning, Ace.
Hey,
Nola
Nola.
here.
Good to hear from
How
you.
are you?
Fantastic. How
Thank
are things
you.
in Australia?
Yes, good, thank you. And yourself?
We're warm over here.
I'd like to shout out to Julie this morning. She's actually here with me in person
Oh,
rather
good.
than being on a Zoom
So she's
herself. So
sitting on the couch next to you or whatever. Okay. Or at the
she
table.
is.
Okay. Well, we're glad the two of you are together in the meeting. Hello, Julie. We're glad you're here.
Hello.
I
Thank
can
you.
I can hear her. She sounds great. All right. Anybody else want to do a shout out? Okay, that was quite a few. That's more than normal. Normally we present this kind of like one-on-one, and appreciate Gregory chatting to them and welcoming. Greg's everybody's friend. Greg's awesome. So we do this one-on-one. Oh, Paul, you got another shout out you want to do? You got your hand up?
Yeah, I just noticed there's a few in the chat. Shout out to Malou from Cavett, PH, wherever that is, I'm not sure. And welcome Thomas, Ferdinand, Sandy, and Julie. I think that might be just Gregory saying hi to the people who've already been mentioned. So
Well,
that's all good.
everybody here that's brand new, this meeting's for you. And we do this once a week for your benefit, even though it's not our typical way of sharing pool funding. I think most of us are sharing pool funding just on a one-on-one basis, and that seems to work quite well, actually. But this is a group setting, so you can see that you know, there's a lot of us involved from all over the whole world. So, all right. So that being said, we've watched a couple of videos. So let me kind of review some of the things we looked at. First of all, I'm going to go back to this poster here where we all started, and I got to move the zoom out of the way. So this poster here is kind of where the conversation started. Take a look at our powerful business opportunity. We provide the funding to get started. You will receive hundreds of dollars your first week without any expense coming out of your pocket to join us. Plus, this business takes very little time to operate. Wow, that's powerful. We have a corresponding video. It has the same image of the guy holding it, with his hands on his head like that, saying wow. And that we watch this little 1 minute video kind of goes along with this. But here's the bottom line of what we're really trying to say here is we have found a way that we can invest in you, right? So really, if you want to take a look at it seriously, what we're doing here is we're taking a chance on you. And we hope that you will recognize that that's what we're doing, that we're taking, we actually will provide funds to you that are, they are legitimate, real, and they will mature, like the second video we watched, it talks about a 90-day period where the funds mature, and then those funds end up going into a wallet. It's in your hands, okay? And really that's where we put the trust. The idea is, can you take that and help increase the value of it, right? So what we don't want people to do is have the idea that we're just offering a spending spree. We're not here offering a spending spree, guys. Okay, we're not, pool funding is not about grab money so you can hurry and spend it at the expense of everyone else. And instead, what we're doing is we're creating a situation where we're lifting people, we're lifting everyone within our community, we're expanding our community to include more people. And when people understand it correctly, then they understand that we all contribute to making what we're doing better for everyone, right? So basically, each of us is a part of a whole, and we want the synergy to be there where, certainly the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So if each of us come in knowingly that we have an opportunity that's not looking to grab money out of your pocket before you even get started, okay? I mean, just to do a quick survey again on chat. How many of you tired of joining opportunities that want to grab your money first before you've even had a chance to even, get too deep into the opportunity? They want your money first, and then they'll give you the opportunity. How many are tired of that?
Definitely tired of that.
Yeah, they want your money first, right? Okay. So we have consensus here. People are tired of that. But listen, the world's filled with opportunity, and I'm not here to shoot down anybody else's opportunity, because I'm sure there's plenty of good ones out there. We know there's plenty of bad ones too. But the bottom line is that we're an opportunity. We're trying to get the attention of the world. We're trying to say, hey, come take a look at what we're doing. And so the way we've approached this, the reason we do it the way we do it is we're saying, hey, we have a giveaway. Okay. It's $777. And if you help us properly, that $777 will be worth more than that, perhaps $2,000 or $3,000 in just a few months, right? And then actually to be in your possession by that point, okay, inside of a digital wallet that you possess, and then still you have the power to impact it both directions, both positive and negative. So we're basically saying there's a trust here, but what we're really looking for are co-founders. Okay. We're looking for people that will come in and see what we're doing and say, okay, I want to help create this thing. I want to be part of its overall, launching into the world. So we're looking for 10,000. And I just took a snapshot today of our members here. Let me share my screen. Because we actually have, two sets of members. We got overall members and we got our new members. So the new members is really the number I'm looking at now, but I just thought this was interesting when I saw this today. I took a little snapshot of it right here. All right, so there you go. Total users of our system right now, 9,999. Okay. But some of these aren't really accounts that I fully trusting, because some people created multiple accounts and we're told, nope, that's not how it works in pool funding. It's one person, one account, and we're enforcing that. Okay. So I look at the active accounts. So we actually have 3,433 active users right now. So that's the real number I'm looking at. But I just found it interesting that as far as total users go, we practically hit that 10,000 number there, haven't we? Okay. So it's happening, guys. We're growing, and I'm excited about everything with the direction we're heading. Okay. So we're willing to take a chance on you. We're going to give you something valuable. We're not going to ask you for your money up front. We're not going to ask you for a lot of your time, but we do want your full attention. If you can give us your full attention, we can then take that and guide you down a pathway that will benefit you and benefit you and benefit you and benefit you. And that's what we want. We want to show you that we actually are here to benefit you. But as you benefit, so do we. Okay? Because we're growing something together. All right. There's a lot of moving parts to pool funding, but let me just go to the website and kind of give you guys like a centerpiece, if you will, of what pool funding is all about. Okay. Let me share my screen and go to the website. Okay. All right. So we just used a $10 pool for an example here. Okay. Now, I am I'm Ace Fletcher. I'm the founder and creator of Pool Funding. And I've actually created 4 different coins, one for each of our pools. We have 4 different pools. We have the $1 pool, $10 pool, $100 pool, and $1,000 pool. And each one has a corresponding coin, and those coins are all in the market right now. Okay. I think our least expensive coin right now is about $3,000 per coin. And our most expensive coin in the market out of the 4 is about $2 million per coin. Okay. But then again, why is it so expensive? There's only 10,000 of those coins. So there's only 10,000 of the $2 million coin. And there's actually about 10 million of the $3,000 coin, just to put that in perspective for you. I created these coins. Now, instead of having you buy the coins from me first, and then you can turn around and sell them, instead of that, I have taken a different approach because that's probably the standard approach. If you look at what most other offers look like when it comes to digital money, because we're kind of in that space, we're in the digital money space. Most of them want you to buy the coin, and then later on, when the price goes up, you can sell it, or later on, you could sell it at a loss or whatever. But usually, that's how it works in most other things. But I'm not inviting you in just to come and speculate. That's not the main purpose of what we're doing here. Instead, we have a much bigger vision, and so these coins actually have a greater purpose as a result of that vision. And so I'm inviting you in to kind of come in as a co-founder. Okay. Another way to look at it, you can kind of see yourself as a co-owner, right? So now we can share these coins together. You don't actually have to pay for these coins in order to sell the coins. Okay. So, Hunter, how's that sound? You don't have to pay for it before you sell it. You can sell it on our website. How's that sound?
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Now, you can use USDT to purchase the coins. Okay. So, and I'm going to come back to USDT in a minute here. But the bottom line is that you're going to be accumulating coins, okay, as a result. So like here is the holdings, like you see here on the PFB, there's about $2,000 of holdings there. And then coins that have been distributed already. Someone's marking up my screen. Any idea how to check on that? Okay.
Not sure who that was.
Anyway, so sorry. So basically, the coins that you're holding, then they can increase in value as we grow. Okay, that's the idea. Okay. So there we go. I'm just looking at the comments here. Now, USDT, it takes USDT in order to get the pool funding coin. Okay. So the way our system works is that you go to our website, you use USDT, you click a button. Each one of our pool allows you to purchase, that amount per day. Okay, so every day you'll have an opportunity to click a button that it shows up after about 20 hours. You click it, the button goes away for 20 hours, it comes back 20 hours later. You can click it again. So basically, once a day, and click this button where it allows, and we have different pools, so you can go from pool to pool to pool. So right now 3 pools are open. So the $1, $10, and $100 pools are open, and you can use USDT to purchase those coins. Okay, so and it's just as easy as clicking, right? Click, and then it's there. It shows up in your account. Now it's going to season in your account for 90 days, and then it goes from there on the 91st day over to your wallet. Okay. From your wallet, that's where you're the one holding it. So you're the one holding the coin, and the coins are in the market. So that means that yes, they have value in the market, right? But we want the value to be strong, so we actually encourage you not to sell. So let me just put it this way. If your focus is on that part of selling the coin, you're probably not a good fit for us anyway, right? Because we're not looking for that kind of people right now. Well, we're looking for people that want to see something grow and get big and strong, and they want to support that. Okay. Now, in order to do that, we actually have 4 pools, and you can get cash flow from the pools instead of selling coin. You can actually get paid to be in these pools here. Okay. So the way it works is that as a sponsor, your referrals are paying you for the coins that they purchase, and they have to make a purchase every day. Okay. And they can do that in any one of our pools or all of them. Okay. And as they do that, their payment goes directly to you from their wallet to your wallet instantly. So there's no company. I'm not in the middle. Nobody's in the middle. It's just direct payment of a USDT coin from your wallet to their wallet, or from the referral's wallet to the sponsor's wallet. Now, if you've got 4 referrals, that could be worth up to $1 million a year, because $3,000 a day works out to be $1 million a year. Okay. So that's the power of 100% commission. Okay. So we pay 100% commission and when people use our website, you're getting paid on 100% commission on coins you didn't buy first in order to sell them. You actually provided the coins because you're coming in recognized as like a co-founder, right? So you're coming in like that. So you're selling coins that you didn't purchase, okay? And you get 100% commission, and you get it instantly, okay? How's that sounding so far, Hunter?
Sounds excellent.
And then what you're doing every time you do that, and you're helping the community to grow. So every time you bring in a new referral, right, it benefits you, right? But you're also growing the community that's going to be using our coins. Now, later on this year, we plan on setting up a marketplace for our coins for people to basically use our currencies, our pool funding coins, to purchase goods and services through our website marketplace. Be like our own little store, if you will. Okay, that's coming. And that's really what we call the economic development piece of it. But it takes time to kind of put things in place. We're in the early stages of putting pool funding together. So not everything is done, but sometimes the best time to enter an opportunity is in the early stages, because that's where the riches and rewards are the greatest. And that would include a chance for you to become a pool funding well, right? So right now, you're probably your best chance ever becoming a pool funding well is today, right? Because at some point it's going to get out of the point where it's out of reach financially for people to be that, because it's going to cost more later, to be a well. All right, so I think that pretty much covers my presentation today. It's 100% commission, paid instantly. You can get started with no money out of pocket. You'll follow a system. We have training for you. Obviously, we do meetings like this on Zoom. We do 2 trainings a week on Mondays and Thursdays that are live with me. And we record those and put them on YouTube, so you can always look at the training after it's done on YouTube. I think we're approaching about 400 videos now on YouTube since we started building that channel about a year and a half ago. And yeah, this opportunity is made for people that want to build something. Okay. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that want to build. You don't have to be, a super salesperson. You don't have to be a big recruiter, because with our system, you don't need to have a large team to come out ahead. Even a team of 2 people will result in positive cash flow for you. Okay. And if you follow our system, it's pretty easy to invite people to be part of a giveaway, right? So it's really easy to give than it is to try to sell someone on, pay for my business opportunity. That's what everybody else is doing, right? So we have the advantage here. We can say, hey, we have a giveaway. Yeah, we're not giving you $777 to go to the grocery store and spend it. No, that's not what it's for. But it is still a giveaway, and it has great value, and it's an appreciating value. So the idea is that 777 ultimately could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and that's the whole point of what we're doing, is we're building to create value and have everything increase as we go forward. All right, so let me go ahead and transition to I like to give people a chance to interact, and maybe we could have a member or 2 step up and share their experience, what it's like to be a part of pool funding. And then from there, if anybody new has any questions, you got the guy who created it right here in front of you, so you can ask me anything. I have no problem answering questions of any kind. So who would like to go first?
Ace,
Yeah, go ahead, Gregory. Hi there.
Here, I'll even I'll even come off camera or come on camera, I should say. Instead of showing my 45-year-old picture, I'll show my 60-year-old self. Um, so I first have to give a shout out. I have to give a shout out to what I call him our crypto king Hunter, because Hunter today spent a good amount of time with me helping me become, I guess you refer to it as a super whale, where you're a whale in all four of the pools.
Yay! Congratulations, our newest super
Yeah,
whale.
yeah, and
Choo-choo,
because the
choo-choo.
price is so low, I was able to jump from like 80th place to 39th or something like
All
that.
right,
So
congratulations.
shout out to Hunter.
All right, thank
Um,
you, Hunter.
I appreciate you, Hunter, so much. Um, and regarding this community, well, first of all, let me talk about transparency. You have never seen a more transparent program than pool funding. You can go to Ace's YouTube channel and see um, what 400 or 500 different videos you've created over the last year and a
Yeah,
half.
I don't edit them. I just slap them up there. Yeah. So yeah.
It's absolutely incredible. So um, the transparency that pool funding and ACE provides is incredible, and the community of people is incredible because I've made so many good friends in this community of people, and I just wanted to shout out to everybody that's here today. Thank you.
Yeah, for all you new people, get ready to have a new friend named Gregory Jones because he's everybody's friend. He's that guy that we all want to be friends with. So he's that kind of guy for sure. Thank you, Gregory, for coming on camera too. I
Thank you,
think I,
Ace.
th I think you look great at 60. How many of you guys agree he looks great at 60? Don't he look great?
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, he
fantastic,
does.
man.
Absolutely.
I was looking at the ripples in your arm and everything. Woo, wow, check it out. All right.
Try to keep this old body in shape.
You're doing a good job, very clearly. And we've heard about your diets and your exercise routine, so we know you're doing the right thing for yourself there. Awesome, man. Okay, who else would like to share maybe their experience of what it's like to be part of pool funding? So we've got the US. How about in the UK? Do we have someone in the UK? Go ahead, Paul. You're in the UK, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Good,
Yeah.
good early morning to you. What time is it? You had to get up early to be here, huh?
Oh no, I stay up late. That's how I
Okay,
do
the
it.
other way. You stay up late. It's what, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock right now?
Just a bit after 3. Yeah.
3 a.m. So what's your experience in pool funding like?
I uh, I picked up on it very quickly. I've been around crypto for a bit, but what I'm enjoying most is interacting with other members, bringing on new people, seeing the light bulbs go off. When people really get a grip of what it is, what we're doing, and get to understand it, and that can take some people a little time, other people less, but the excitement that you get and the relationships that you build through it are just amazing, and I love it. And I'm on calls, a lot of throughout the day, and I wouldn't give that up for anything. I think it's just awesome, and this is the only opportunity that I've ever come across where I felt this enthusiastic, this excited, this invigorated, whatever words you want to use. I think it's just wonderful. There you go.
Wow, that's a mouthful. I like all the adjectives at the end there. That's a fantastic way to describe pool funding. You can shout out about 4 different adjectives there. I want to insert one thing before I call on Karen here. She's got her hand up. But before I call her, I want to insert that we made a recent change in our program. Okay, because we are 100% commission. Okay, so meaning that whatever someone pays, 100% of that goes to their sponsor. Okay, whatever they pay. But you have to be active in order to get paid, right? And our activity is measured in days, not weeks or months. So you have to be active every day, which means that creates consistency. So as people are receiving, pay, they're getting paid every day by their referrals. That's the whole point of it, is to create an appetite for people to be paid every day. And that means that you must make a payment every day. Okay. But every once in a while, people forget or they get busy or, stuff happens which prevents them from making their payment, in any given day. And what happened was those payments would normally come to me in what we would call the guarantee wallet. That's how it worked before, but we changed it. Now it's just going to look for the next active person above you and it goes to them. So we can honestly say pool funding is truly 100% commission to the team, 100%. Because, anytime someone makes a payment, if it doesn't go to your sponsor, then it's probably going to go to their sponsor. And if not them, then the sponsor above that one, whoever's the next active one, that's who's going to get the payment. And that keeps all the money in the team. What do you guys think about that? That's different, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, 100% commission goes to the people, doesn't touch the company. It's in the people, it's in the wallet of the people, the members who are in pool funding. You couldn't
Yeah.
get better than that.
And I would say those are the builders and they deserve it. So that's all good. All right. So then we got Karen Stoyles. You might recognize her voice when she starts speaking because we played a couple of videos with her voice on it. So go ahead, Karen.
Yes.
You
You
make,
think
you,
so,
you make
do
for a
you?
good voiceover.
Yeah. Oddly enough, years and years and years ago, my husband and I were part owners of a pet food company that operated through multi-level.
Oh, wow.
And we did an audio cassette to hand out. It was our puppy dog thing, so to speak. And the gentleman that recorded the cassette, he said, "Wow, would you like to do more recordings for us? Because I made it through without making a mistake." They never did call me, but I was flattered in any case. Anyway, I've been with pool funding for a year now, just a year and a couple of weeks, and I have really enjoyed the people that I've been working with. I must echo everything that Paul and Gregory said. The community is fabulous. The support is unparalleled. Hunter, OMG, he is amazing. And so is Ace. Anytime I call on Ace to appear on a webinar or for an opinion on something, he's right there lending a hand, offering support and opinions and encouragement. So I've been so blessed to be in pool funding. I continue to be blessed every day with the people in my group, and I love them all. They are amazing. It's wonderful to see how they have grown. From the time they come in, a few of them have said, "I don't know anything about crypto." Well, a few months later, they're pros at it. They're going through their wallets like nobody's business. So thank you, Ace. If you're here tonight looking at pool funding for the first time, you've come to the right place, and be sure and get back with your sponsor or the person who referred you and get started. Get on this journey with pool funding and join us in the pool.
All right. Well, and we also have Ken here, who's your sponsor, right? So we're glad that Ken's here, and he's got a
That's correct.
couple of guests, Thomas and Ferdinand. I guess I'm trying to read it. Ferdinand. Yeah, we're glad that you're here. And Ken has actually brought quite a few people into pool funding. We're grateful for his efforts building, and we're glad that he's here. So if you'd like to say a few words, since your people are here, Ken, feel free to do so.
Yes, first of all, Ferdinand, would you mind unmuting and joining the conversation? I wanted to share a conversation I had with Ferdinand yesterday and today, but I want his permission to do that.
Ah, okay.
Can you ask him to unmute, please, Ace?
Yeah, he can unmute. He just has to click the button. So yeah, I'm sure he can hear you too. He might be shy though, because it's one thing to talk one-on-one and another thing to talk in front of a group. So, but
All righty. Thomas is also a new guest. Thomas? do you have any questions, my friend?
Yeah, I want to know more about the 777.
Yeah. Okay. So here's how that works specifically is your sponsor is going to send you $111 each day in USDT. All right. You're going to use that on the website to purchase $111 of the pool funding coin. And so when you do that, the 111 that your sponsor provided you goes right back to your sponsor. So no big deal, right?
Right.
But
So,
now you have $111 of coin you didn't have before. That's something to be grateful for, right? And that happens for 7 days. So 7 times 111 is 777. And then that'll appreciate for you for 3 months, and then it will roll into your wallet after that.
okay. Now I can't use that to purchase uh the $1, $10 program. That comes out of my pocket, correct?
Well, in the
Because
beginning,
he can't be paying himself all the time.
no. So here's what happens is that on day number 8, then you're going to have probably your own tool. But so we go 7 days. It works like this. You know what's better than a 777 giveaway is a $3,000 a month giveaway, right? So I even have like an image for that. Let me share that real quick. So to encourage you to move up, we want you to get one person, okay, into the deal here. All right, so $3,000 a month giveaway. So in order to qualify, you need to bring in one person. We hope you do that within your first 7 days, Thomas. Okay. Because really you're not asking them to buy anything, you're just offering them to receive. Are you willing to receive $777 so that you can be a part of this? And they say yes to that, and it takes 1 minute to sign them up on, register them, and it's really simple and easy. And then from there, that moves you into $3,000 a month. So the way that works is after 7 days, you'll send 111 to your sponsor, okay, and then your sponsor will send back 100. So the difference is $11. But see, you got someone below you that they're going to be basically sending 111 up to you. So it's really their $11 that passes through you up to your sponsor. That's the idea. That's why we want you to bring in one person. So it might be a few days that it's coming out of your pocket, $11 out of your pocket for a couple of days. But what we do, the system's built in a way to maximize leverage for your benefit so that you pay the smallest amount to get the biggest amount in return. So the leverage works in your favor. How's that sound?
Okay, I understand that. Thank you.
That cleared up for you? Great question.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not that muddy anymore.
What's that?
It's not that muddy anymore.
Yeah, not muddy for you. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm glad I was able to clear that up. And actually, I put together a video just yesterday that probably says exactly the same thing I just did, but it says it nicely in 3 minutes, and it's got something better to look at than my face, So, but yeah, it covers the whole idea that on day number 8, that's when we're hoping that you'll transition and actually, giving your sponsor something that they can keep. Now, $11, guys, that might not sound like that much money, but it is. It's $11 a day. I mean, yeah, sure. Maybe you spend that at Starbucks every day anyway. You're on the drive over to wherever you go, and maybe stop by Starbucks, spend $11 while you're there. That might be a common thing for you, but we're talking about receiving $11 every day. Do you realize that $11 times 365 days, a year, that works out to be over $4,000? So that's what a referral would be worth to you. Is you work with them for about a week, you're helping them to get started. There's no pressure for them. It's really easy for them to get started. And then starting on day number 8, it starts an income stream for you that works out to be $4,000 a year just on that one referral. And each referral is going to be a minimum of that, like $4,000 a year. If you got 2 of them, 3 of them, right? Imagine how much you can add up to be. So I'm glad I was able to make that a little more clear since it was a little bit muddy before. So, and we're always good with questions like that. That was a technical question, and we do appreciate those technical questions. We do want people to be clear. And Ken, would you like to add to that, or do you have another question you want to ask? Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
All right, guys. I don't think Ferdinand would really mind if I shared our conversation and fits into much of the discussion we're having tonight. Ace, can I share my screen real quick?
Sure, Hunter will just give you permission to share your screen.
All right, you're good to go, Ken.
Okay, are you seeing this email window?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So this is Ferdinand with our initial contact. Here's what he says. I wanted you guys to follow along here. Just want to say that this got me interested because of the potential to earn big money. However, one member of a Telegram group made a good point, which I agree with, that many people might not be able to pay daily. So I think that is one disadvantage of the program, speaking practically. He said maybe weekly is more realistic, which I tend to agree with. Here's my response, guys. You said one member of the ICE group made a good point. I agree with that. I agree that many people might not be able to pay daily. And then I suggested to Ferdinand, consider this. Do you have a daily routine such as checking your email messages at about the same time every day? I've learned that most people do. Personally, I check for incoming email first thing in the morning. During that process, I will log into my pool funding website and make my payments, which takes all of 2 minutes. Moreover, there is an 8-hour window during which our members can make their daily payments. One of the best features of pool funding is the daily payment requirement. Our members find it very enjoyable to receive daily income. To summarize, I disagree that many people might not be able to pay daily. I would suggest that most people will be able to pay daily without disrupting their daily routine. Yes, there are some people that have chosen not to join us because they do not favor the daily requirement. However, they are few and far between. Those who take the time to gather the information, and this is what Paul Thompson said, that's the most important thing about this project, guys. You need to take the time to educate yourself. Only then will you understand the potential that we have here. So anyway, those who take the time to gather the information about pool funding and take it seriously are very happy to send and receive daily payments. And I told Ferdinand I would discuss this during the meeting tonight. So Ferdinand, can you join in the conversation with us? And let me know your reaction to what I just read? All righty, let's continue real quick here, folks, just another minute. Here's his response. Thank you for the insight. You do have a good point, and people like us will make the 2-minute effort daily. ESP, I'm not sure what that means. If it can be done internally through a website. Speaking of a website, does pool funding have a website that we can just click on a couple of steps to make the daily payments to our sponsor? That will make the process much easier. So I asked Ferdinand to bring any questions he had to the meeting tonight. He did ask me how long I'd been in pool funding. I started in February of 24, just about at the beginning, and pool funding is a work in progress. This is a long-term project. If you're looking for short-term gains here, you're not at the right place, folks. But I did join at that time, and like many members, I earn every day. So I just wanted to cover that since we did mention a few of those issues earlier in the meeting.
Right. And one thing to add is that the reason why we want people to have at least one person before we move them into the $3,000 a month giveaway is because that way the cost of participation is no longer a burden, right? The idea of taking money out of your own pocket. As long as you got someone below you that can cover that cost, then it's good. So people are more apt to pay something every day if it's not coming out of their pocket, right? If they got one person with 100% commission, you break even, don't you? So, and if a person gets like to day 7, they don't have anybody signed up, probably the best thing to do is pause. The sponsor stops sending money to the person stops making payments every day, and you just wait until that person signs up their first person and then start again. And then they can kick off the $3,000 a month giveaway at that point, again, minimizing just what it might cost a person out of pocket. How's that sound, Ken?
That sounds wonderful.
I mean, that
Absolutely.
takes the pain right out of it, doesn't it? So,
Yep. Sure does.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, there he is. We have
Well,
Fernando.
yeah, I just want to respond to Ken because he called my name. uh, I don't have anything really to respond. That's why I'm here. And I'm interested in. That's why I'm here because I want to get to know more, and it sounds like it's very interesting. And definitely, I think most probably will join and put the money in. But for now, that's I'm just here to listen
All right. Well, you're
and
welcome to
see what's
listen.
going on.
We're glad you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you. Thank you, sir.
chiming in. It's good to hear your voice. Okay, we're glad you're here, and we appreciate your letting Ken share that dialogue. It's insightful, you know, because this is prior to getting a presentation, really, and you're learning about pool funding, and then the back and forth. So, I think that was very insightful. Listen, guys, let's not be afraid to invite people into pool funding, right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? They say no. So what? But you know, since we're basically leading with generosity, we could feel good that they can say no to that. That's okay. It's okay that someone says no to our generosity because it's unlike almost everything else out there where you're pitching people to grab money from them. Let's face it, some opportunities are, you know, really asking for a lot, like thousands of dollars to, you know, on day number one. And then they'll provide you something where you can get it back, you know? And so we're just really the very different opportunity. We believe our numbers are going to grow from here, be huge. After we fill our 10,000 co-founder spots, we have 1 million partner spots. Both of them have bonuses. Both the co-founders and the partners get big bonuses for being, you know, for basically meeting the requirements to hold those titles. So we're looking for people that want to, you know, do this seriously. It takes about a year to do that. And the coins that we give you, we're trusting that you're not going to sell them, right? I want to make that point very clear right now that some people have misunderstood pool funding and they thought after 90 days they have something that they can sell, and it's actually not true. Yes, it's in your wallet. Yes, you could sell it, but that would not actually be good for you or the community that you have that way of thinking. That would be more like instead of contributing to the overall success of what we're doing, you're actually taking a big chunk and out for yourself. And we actually have, you know, penalties lined up for people that do that. And we're not really interested in those kind of people that just want to come here and take a chunk out. We want people to play the long game. If you play the long game, we'll turn you into a millionaire. We can get you to that status much faster than any other opportunity. Okay. All right, Hunter, you got your hand up. Thanks for your being patient, buddy.
No problem. So originally I wasn't even going to say anything at all, but hey, everyone's been throwing the gauntlet down in my direction. I gotta do something. So insofar as the community goes, I've been involved in crypto for the past 13, going on 14 years. And I can say with certainty that it's been quite a wild ride. And I've seen a lot of different programs, a lot of different communities that have come and gone just like that. And I can definitely say that pool funding is probably the best community that I've been a part of in the past 13, 14 years. And for anyone here concerned that we might just leave you in the lurch or concerned about support or anything of that sort, I hate using myself as an example, but to give you an idea, I'm looking at the people on this call right now, and I can count on one hand the number of people that I haven't helped yet. And I'm sure there's quite a few people that will attest to that. And I'm not the only one providing support by far. Heck, I'm not even one of the official votes doing so. So, yeah, we won't leave you in the lurch, and there's plenty of support for you and plenty of training as well. There's lots of different advice, quite a few different guides. And if you come to me and tell me, I don't know the first thing about crypto. I will tell you, yes, we get that a lot.
That's true.
So,
And everybody that wants to thank Hunter real quick for being there and the guy that you can ask the technical stuff, go ahead and say thank you, Hunter. Just
We really
you,
appreciate you,
Hunter.
Hunter.
Thank you,
Thank you
Hunter,
so
for all your
much.
help.
you,
I really
Hunter.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Hunter.
Thanks, Hunter.
thank you,
Thank you,
Hunter.
Hunter.
that's what we're talking about. Okay. All right, Ken, you got your hand up still. Does that mean you got one more thing to say or
Yeah, one more question. You know, I like to ask this fairly often, especially for our guests. Here's the question. Where else can you establish a life-changing income with just 2 referrals, folks? 2 measly referrals. Where else? If anybody knows, please put it in the chat. I'd be very interested.
yeah, probably your maximum value on 2 referrals would be $33,030 a month on 2 referrals. That's where you kind of max out. But I
And
could cut
also,
back and live on that. How about you guys? You know, $33,030. That's not bad for a month.
not to mention what happens when you have a 3rd and 4th referral, right?
Exactly. Then you're millionaire status by the 4th one, 90,000 a month, you know? Yeah. So just to, show that again, I'll put that poster in front of your eyeballs again, everybody. So here it is. So the way our system works is that even with a small number of referrals, as little as 2, but it certainly gets exciting at 4. Okay, this is what's possible as you basically get in these pools and then scale your way up to the top pool here. We're in the $1,000 pool. Okay, and that's all possible because of growth, and the growth kind of looks like something like this. Okay, so you don't have to be this guy down here. Like this guy down here, we might as well call this one Ken. Okay, this one's Ken down here who went out there and got 10 people like that. Okay, so there you go. Not everybody could be like Ken and get a whole bunch of people, and that's just fine. Some of us will get 1 or 2, and that's going to be okay. But the beauty of pool funding is that somebody like this will come along at some point on your team as you grow your team. Somebody like that comes along and then makes it possible for the entire leg to benefit. So this one person, believe it or not, is making it possible for everybody in this entire leg to scale up. So they get to scale up because of the effort of someone down below. Okay, someone down below them allows them to scale up. Okay, that's power. So thank goodness for people like Ken and others who are great at building large teams. And you don't have to be great at that. You just have to be willing to do your best. And that's all we're looking for. And plus, we have people here that, hey, they're going to be quite well off just on, being participating on the appreciating of our coins. Our coins are going up in value. You're able to buy in, with a relatively low amount of money. And it can grow. So yeah, there's regardless of if you're a team builder or not a team builder, there's probably a way that you can join and be a part of pool funding and play a positive role somehow, some way. We got a place for you here, okay? And sometimes it takes time. Like we got an example here, Scott out of Thailand. He's never been involved in an online business like team building kind of thing until pool funding, right, Scott? You were like teaching English before this?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in other companies like networking and tried, but I've never been successful at trying to do it.
Oh, got it. Okay. So you've done a little bit, but would you say that you've had more success in pool funding than you've had in other places?
Oh, definitely, yes. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
Because of the offer and the way the system works. 100% commission. It's not coming out of their pocket for the first 7 days. Virtually no, if any, risk at all. yeah, all of those factors really.
Yeah.
Simple to do.
And then people do have
Yeah.
coin in their wallets. And how do you feel about people selling prematurely? How do you feel about that?
Get rid of them.
we just want to throw them out on their ear because they're doing it
Just,
prematurely, right?
just delete the account. No,
Right.
I mean, no, it's not good. No, I mean, at the end of the day, that is perhaps one thing which, when we're showing those figures, that isn't helping us to maybe increase as quick, because they can see that they're quite low at the moment, actually lower than what they've sent.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need that to build up so that the figures look like, oh, it's doubled already, oh, it's tripled already, you know, because then people can see that the coins are actually increasing in value.
And I think it's important we let people know that even before they join pool funding, is we're not looking for people to join, grab, and cash out. Okay. That's not the kind of deal. In fact, the penalty is pretty high. You're going to lose the $3,000 a month giveaway as soon as you do that, right? It just stops. So why would you do that? Because I always tell the sellers that the number one person you're hurting by selling is you're hurting yourself, right? So don't do that. And it's the short-term thinking that can be a problem. So just be aware that if you could say there's a serious drawback to pool funding, it would be that one thing, that we're dealing with people, takes all kinds. We've got all kind of people in pool funding. Not everybody's going to, be compliant, and we just got to just push ahead anyway, right? And we just have to have the fortitude to push forward no matter what. And that's what we're going to do. And there's always different options and ways to move forward so that we can increase the wins and decrease the losses. And that's why recently I've been doing a shout out to the Wells and say, I'd like to meet with you. I'd like to discuss some very important things with you. So if you happen to be a well or you want to be a well in pool funding, please do reach out to me right away, one-on-one. Let's have a talk. All right, let's wrap up with Paul Thompson, our Superman out of the UK. He's got his hand up, and we'll call it a meeting. Thank you. Go ahead, Paul.
Okay. Okay, that's actually a picture of Hunter in
That's
an
it. That is
ongoing
Hunter.
moment. Yeah. That's how Hunter looks every time he gets on a call
Yes.
to help someone out. That's how I see him. He reveals his true self. He pulls open his clothing and he becomes super crypto. So just wanted to say
I
that.
couldn't tell that was Hunter with the mask, but now that I see that you take the mask off, and it looks just like Hunter. Yeah. So,
Yeah, he just needs to do his hair a little bit differently. But you see, he's a bit like Clark Kent when he becomes Superman. You know, he just transforms into this superhero.
Yeah,
He's
take the
incredible.
glasses off, put the mask on, boom. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Anything else, Paul? All right.
No, that was just a bit of fun.
You got a rise out of Hunter there. So we're glad that Hunter comes and hosts these calls for us every week, and he's done a great job at it. So we want to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you for taking the time. If this is the first time you're looking at pool funding, thank you for taking your time to take a look at us. Where we respect you and your time that you've taken to take a look. And we're hopeful that you will join us with the right intention. Our intention is to make the world a better place, and we hope you can join us right there with the intent also to make the world a better place. And that, should you come on board, that you'll always do the right thing and be a positive contributing force within pool funding and not a drain, right? We don't need any more drains at this point. So we got a couple of people we're trying to deal with that taking advantage of pool funding in the wrong way. And, we're sorting them out. There's not that many of them. There's thousands of us and just a handful of them that we got to kind of deal with. But anytime you group people together, that's what's going to happen. And this is just to be upfront and full disclosure. That's how it works here in pool funding. So again, thank you for coming. And we usually do a goodbye. Everybody gets to unmute and say goodbye to each other. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then we'll end the recording.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
Hasta luego.
Meeting.
Good night.